Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. We're getting a nice early start here this morning. I know some mornings we've actually been earlier, but it's been my intention to come to the model table, and I was going to sit here for probably an hour, maybe more, and just clean up these parts. Well, the type of job that I do probably take less than an hour. Anyway, we'll work at that in a few minutes. But when I was sitting myself down here a while ago, I realized that I've got too much stuff that's just, I'm going to probably end up bumping it and knocking it over and maybe breaking my little connections that are glued up there. So I think maybe what we should quickly do is stick on the macro lens here and have a look and see how it is that this has come out. I ended up using 3 holder downers, as you can see, and I'm trying to get everything lined up just exactly right. This may not work, but we'll soon know. At arm's length, it's going to look okay. Now, what do we got here? It is only minus 1.4. The temperature is supposed to go up today, and tomorrow is supposed to even be a little bit warmer. Now, it is my plan, and I don't know if this is going to happen, but either today or tomorrow, I'd like to plug in my car warmer. And for those of you that don't know, my car warmer is actually a construction heater. It's about 5,000 watts or thereabouts. And it doesn't take very long to warm the inside of the car up to the point where the snow that is on the front windshield there will be a film of water form, and I can just slide it off like a big glacier. Usually, as long as it's not too cold outside, that works. Unfortunately, it won't work off the hood, or the bonnet, as they say in some parts of the world. Anyway, yeah, enough about cars and snow. We are ready for Missy the dog. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Let's just put our macro lens on, zoom right in here, see what we've got, and then I'll press stop and work on these little parts. Very carefully here now. It seems that our holder downer has glued itself to the railing a little bit there. Yes, it has. Okay, that one was okay. Now I'm going to use a razor blade here to slide underneath the glass and just pry it loose. So I'm not going to be putting any stress on any one particular joint. At least that's the plan. Okay, I think we got it now. Yep, depth charge damage. Now, I think we should be able to slide this. Ooh! It's still stuck someplace. Where's it stuck now? I guess I didn't go far enough with my razor blade. Can't get a hold of it. There it is. It's loose now. All right. This might actually hold as long as I don't put too much stress on this part right here and this part right here. And I'm just going to forget about the fact that the railing here is bent. I'm not going to try to straighten that. I am moved in about as close as I can get without putting on the super macro. Okay, so this was one of the brakes, and the other brake was right here, if you remember. And you can see that the sprue goo has, melded itself pretty good. In other words, it's become one, you might say. Yeah, I don't think there's any use putting on the super macro here. We should be able to see if we slowly rotate this around. Now, I'm noticing I've got a little bit of flashing right there. I don't know if I dare try to get that off or not. I might put stress on this joint trying to do that. And I think I'm best just leaving everything the way it is and just painting it very carefully. Okay, I think we've had, you might say, a profitable hour or two. And yeah, we're going to have to get these pieces obviously mounted on some sort of painting sticks, regardless of how I'm going to paint them, either the brush or the airbrush. Now, I'm probably going to use Chris's alligator clips here for a lot of them. Maybe self-locking tweezers for the odd one. Yeah, I might use the self-locking tweezer on something delicate like this. Now, if when I use the brush, not the airbrush, for something like this, I risk breaking it again, whereas if I use the airbrush, there's very little chance of breaking it, unless I'm careless when I'm swinging it around. However, everything is done here. Oh, I heard the door next door, and I looked in the monitor, and Missy the dog just went out. So I guess she's going to probably go for a walk and be back here in, I'm guessing 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how far Max wants to walk. Now, this piece here, we're probably not going to use unless things go terribly wrong when it comes to mounting the torpedo down through the hull. Because this was the option, if you remember. We could just put this plate on the top to plug up the hole where the torpedo is going to go down. But I really do think it's going to look a lot better if we have it showing the torpedo being installed down into the submarine. Because most people, including me, did not know how you get the torpedo into the submarine. You knew they had to do it some way, but I never really thought about it. Okay, so we got to get these pieces mounted on sticks now. And what I've got to do, actually, is keep an eye out for Missy for when she comes back. Otherwise, we're going to miss her here. So, get our camera ready, and yeah. Hello, Missy. You went for a short walk today. A short walk, yeah.
Oh, somebody's been cooking.
Somebody is cooking, yes.
Is it garlic beans?
It's, what do we got here? I'm making cream of rice and beef soup.
Nice.
In other words, it's just rice and hamburger.
Cream of rice with garlic.
With garlic, yeah. You can smell it, eh? Good old garlic.
Oh, boy, nice warm day.
You didn't go over the bridge today?
No, I'm going to the E-gym.
Oh, okay. Taking Missy with you?
She'd love it. Everyone else would love it too.
She'd be the talk of the gym.
Well, she'd be a star, all right.
Yeah.
I was down at Snap Fitness and someone brought a doodle in, and you know, everyone had something to say and everyone had to pet it.
Yeah, there's something about a little animal. And I got a comment from somebody else last night. And she said that her dog is very active. She's got I guess a rescue dog, from what I understand. But when Missy comes in, when the Missy music plays, she watches, and she quietens down. At least that's what I got out of it. So I asked, what's the name of the dog? I'm going to see if they reply.
Well, that's not what Missy does. She bounces into the room. She puts her feet on my knee, and she barks at the little black dog on the screen at the top of her lungs and just pounds my legs with her front feet, trying to get at the black dog on the screen, because she thinks it's a window, because it's just like looking out the window in the living room, you know.
Yeah, and you've got that big 70-inch TV, so it's going to be a lot bigger.
And she's going to kill that dog because she's getting her venison from her Uncle Ron, the dirty, rotten dog. Talk about killing over a hunting ground. Say goodbye to your Uncle Ron. Thanks, Uncle Ron.
You're welcome, Missy.
When they cleared those sewer lines yesterday, they used that fire hydrant down by Cassie's on the corner.
Oh, yeah.
The whole street is flooded.
Oh, my.
Thanks, Ron. I'll see you this afternoon at 3:30.
Okay, we'll see you. Bye, Missy.
I like the dog.
Yeah, another beautiful day. Makes you think that spring might be coming. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, now we were going to try and mount these on painting sticks. And I guess, once again, every one is going to have to be painted again with a little brush to touch up where in this case, the alligator clip is going to clamp on. Don't want it to mark it, but that seems fairly secure. Yeah. It could be this piece I'm holding on to is, it could be that it goes up inside the hull, I don't know. Doesn't matter, we're going to paint it anyway. Now, I don't know if I'm going to bother painting this piece here. Yeah, well, maybe I will. Maybe I will paint it the same color as the deck. Just in case we decide to use it, then it's ready to go. But I think that there's an extremely small chance of painting it. Of using it. No. I think I'm going to hook up the airbrush because it'll be a lot safer for this stuff here. Anyway, let's get ourselves organized here and get at it. Now, quite a bit of the snow that was on the side of my car has melted and slid off. There's still snow on the windshield and the hood and the roof and what have you, but I checked the weather here probably, guessing half an hour ago. And tomorrow is supposed to be, so they say, is supposed to be quite nice. So I got a feeling that we'll be going to get the Enterprise tomorrow, all being well. Alright, I've got everything mounted on painting sticks now. I know I've been waffling back and forth, like what do I do? Do I spray? Do I brush? Do I spray? Do I brush? You know what? I'm going to take and I'm going to try and brush it. Now I don't know when I get to these larger flat areas like the rudder and what have you, if I'm going to be brushing it or not. It'll probably be the 66 so that it'll match the rudder and diving planes that are on the stern section. But I've got a feeling that I should have painted the rudder and what have you on the stern section something other than I think it was the 337, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's just recompose here and get at it and see how much we can do. Going to be getting a coffee visitor this afternoon, so I can't, stay at this too long. Okay, I just painted this entire thing thinking that the camera was running, and it wasn't. So this was the broken one. I had to be extra careful with it. So I'll do the other one now. Yeah, and my commentary was so intelligent too. If I put it on nice and thick like this, the paintbrush has a tendency to go all the way around and do the sides. I know I was saying things about that I was going to airbrush and so on, and I don't want to waste the paint. Painting something like this with the airbrush, I'm sure you probably used, I was going to say 10 times as much paint, but it's probably more like about 50 times as much paint, because most of the spray passes through and around, right past what you're painting. But hey, that's the way it goes. Okay, I'm going to do the other half off camera. I'll be able to do a much better job. You get the idea. These torpedo tube doors, I'm pretty sure that's what they are. They might be mounted onto the side of the hull in an open position. I'm not sure yet. It'd be kind of nice if they were, and I could have a couple of torpedoes sticking out the front. I'll have to check into that. In which case they might not necessarily have to be painted the same. Oh yeah, I guess they should be painted the same as the rest of the hull. And I did paint this piece of decking that we're probably not going to use. So, but I'm going to call it quits for this afternoon. I got a coffee visitor coming in about an hour and a half, and I got to do a lot of editing yet. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.